What's up, the squad? Back with another video. I seen the titles going down. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe button for me, please. Y'all see it right now. Y'all see it. Y'all see it. This New York Post. Y'all know Zoran Mondani. I looked today and I seen that this dude got a custom Carhartt. I think he got a custom Carhartt jacket. He worried about the wrong things. You got people that have passed away due to the code. Says here, Mondani says being mayor couldn't be better, as 10 people pass away in New York City deep freeze. City faces $12 billion budget gap. Let me tell y'all something. I'm pretty sure the number is up to 17, which is pretty wild. Definitely pretty wild. One thing about it is Zoran Mondani is taking L after L. He's definitely taking L after L, and not only is, I'm noticing it, you noticing it, but his voters are noticing it, which is very, very, I find it, honestly, in being serious, I still find it funny. I find it funny because these individuals, people tried to tell them that this wouldn't work, that things aren't going okay. I haven't seen anybody really say anything nice about Zoran Mondani at all. Says tens of thousands in New York City without heat. Tenants are literally mad at Mayor Zoran Mondani because of this. There's a lot of things that's going on. A lot of things. Says Mayor Mondani admitted on Wednesday that 17 New Yorkers did pass away outside during the recent cold stretch. Not only that, I'm pretty sure it's been over like a week, right? And there's nothing cleaned up as well. Check it out.
As of this morning, 17 New Yorkers have passed away outside during this code blue. In 13 of these cases, preliminary findings indicate that hypothermia played a role. 3 of these deaths appear to be overdose-related deaths, while 1 remains unknown. As of this morning,
So you literally have it there. That it seems in a way it seems more so like he doesn't care. Like he really truly just don't care. And it shows. So the New Yorkers are losing patience with Zoran Mondani as massive trash piles taking over the streets in New York City. I'm telling y'all, it's bad.
I did a video about Mondani not cleaning up the trash in New York, and people were like, oh, it's because of city snow, because of ice. Do you see this? This is because of nothing. Look, this is the Great Wall of New York City trash. This is now a national landmark, actually. You can't even see that there is a road on the opposite side of this. I'm about 6 feet tall. Look at this. This is my height. At the very least, I'll give it to Mondani. They separated the recycles and the wall of trash. So you have a nice wall of recycles here and a beautiful wall of trash here. This is insane.
It definitely is insane. Just goes to show you that this is what you got to look at as you're coming out of your home. Out of your apartment, you got to look at piles of trash. It's in multiple areas, though. That's the thing. It's truly in multiple areas. All this trash. This is a different area, y'all. Again, a different area. This is Michael Rappaport. I'm pretty sure I said his name, the comedian. Check it out.
I need to know who's responsible for the dog doo-doo. Who's responsible for the dirty, disgusting, sloppy snow 10 days since the storm? Am I?
Now, I don't know who he voted for, if he was supporting Mondani, but when he's asking this.
Sloppy snow. Who's responsible?
I mean, I don't mean to be that guy, but I'm pretty sure they're responsible, if I'm not mistaken. They're responsible because they wanted him in so bad, right? Only thing I can think of,
dirty,
right?
Where are the hot girls and boys for Zoran the moron now? Why is every step off a curb, risking your life, busting your hips, breaking your wrist, and I'm an able-bodied, obviously physical fit man. You know how dangerous this is for older people?
Yep.
People with strollers in New York City. It's 10 days since the storm. Who's going to clean it?
Y'all better get out there and do something. Because a lot of individuals are screaming. They love Zoran Mondani. Hey, try to tell them. Try to tell them. I'm telling y'all, when it come down to it, bro, people got to pay attention. This is why. Like, I feel like I don't get here and I just be like BSing. Like, I'm not about to sit here. Y'all know I'm going to be real with y'all when it comes down to a lot. I'm gonna do my best, and I'm gonna truly like be real with y'all. Like, I don't ever want, because my thing is when I put out these videos, my main objective obviously is to have y'all happy at home. That's why a lot of times I talk about, other things and not just, this, because I know a lot of times it just, it gets overwhelming. That's why a lot of times I try to talk about something different, then hop in the video, and talk about what we got to talk about. Because this stuff is, it can get, like that, in a sense. But I try to, obviously, make individuals happy, but also I try to not only get out great information for y'all as the best of my ability and my thoughts on it, the facts that comes out, but I also try to get through a lot of individuals that are brainwashed, a lot of individuals that truly wasn't paying attention, but, made that mistake or thought a certain way of thinking that, this is right and it's really wrong. You know what I mean? I'm telling y'all. Gotta hear this. Scott Jennings says I'm telling y'all, it gets worse as I go through. After a police officer was stabbed while on duty in New York City, Mayor Mamdani visited the hospital. Right? I don't know. Okay, well, Reckless. What do you mean? That's what he's supposed to do. Police officer was obviously stabbed. He visited the hospital. Well, he didn't visit the hospital to check on the officer. He visited the hospital to comfort the attacker, which is very wild. I'm telling y'all.
Why are Democrats more committed to demonizing law enforcement than in defending you, law-abiding citizens? And now another clear example from New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani, who recently made a hospital visit, not to see a police officer, but to see the man who stabbed a police officer with a knife. Here's cut 14.
And as you said, I spoke with the Chakraborty family and I visited Chavez in the hospital. And there is no family should have to endure this kind of pain.
Baba, no! Hey, put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
Don't worry, they're not going to show, too much.
Move! Put the knife down! Put the knife down! Put the knife down!
That audio you heard there, that's the audio, the sound of someone stabbing a police officer with a knife. So a police officer in New York is attacked in the line of duty, and Zohran Mamdani shows up to comfort the attacker. That is your Democratic Party, America, in 2026. They have chosen a side. It is not.
It honestly makes you sad. I feel like it makes you sad because it's like, bro, like, that officer didn't want to shoot him. He didn't want to, you can definitely tell just based off of drop the knife, and giving him time. Pretty sure, if I'm not mistaken, and this is, a lot of departments do this. So a lot of y'all probably about to know something. Y'all probably about to. I want to make sure I'm saying this right. I want to make sure I got this right, what I'm about to say, because it is, trust and believe, it is a rule with this. Okay, so you call it and usually different people call it, different things. Like I said, I was in the police academy. And I don't ever. So one thing about it, when I say I want to make sure y'all see me look down, I'm not a person that I don't want to lie to y'all, and I don't want to give y'all the wrong information. I'm not going to say it if it's something that's not true. I'm going to just put it that way. Some individuals call it a 30-foot rule. Some individuals call it a 21-foot rule. I've heard 21 a lot. But what it is a police officer needs, they need that 21. They need that 20, they need about 21 feet. To identify, obviously when it comes to a threat. if you're within, they're not within that. They're, pretty close to you. They have a knife. They have this. They have that. And y'all, like, already you have that. You want to have that weapon drawn, if I'm not mistaken. You want to have that weapon drawn already because of this. And just going by that and seeing that video, the officer did not want to do that. What people fail to realize, there are officers that obviously are probably trigger happy. They want to do that. There's people that's in the world, that they feel like they have to. And it's bad for me. I don't want to make it seem like there's officers that do that. But again, we're human. Everybody has different thoughts. I'm just being real. And it's bad. I mean, it's bad. We've seen it, before. But there's officers that are great. My dad's been a police officer. My dad's been a police officer for 27 years. I have uncles that, are police officers. Detective, that's an uncle. So when you're having that, you have great officers that don't want to do that. They don't want to even put their position, that position in that. I've been through something in my life that have given me PTSD. I have bad anxiety. I go through mental health things every day, literally every day, because of the things that I've been through involving gun, and stuff. I told you I'll get a story time, but when it's stuff like that, you don't want to have to do anything, in that sense. And I feel like so many people don't get that. So for Mayor Mamdani to do that and not acknowledge that and not go see that officer and say, and I haven't showed y'all the whole clip of what he said, this whole speech. It says New York Mamdani, Zohran Mamdani says the man who attacked police officers with a knife doesn't deserve to be prosecuted, but needs mental health treatment instead. And that right there, I'm big on mental health. But one thing that you don't do is you get up there and you obviously see who the aggressor was and you know that he has a mental health problem and sit there and try to pacify and baby, the individual that obviously is you talk about. And it just goes to show you on how he truly feels about police officers. I'm telling you, check it out.
Question. Okay, go ahead.
Seeing the body cam video, change or reinforce your initial concerns about it?
My job as the mayor is to be straightforward with the New Yorkers and also to inform them of updates. And in meeting with the family, in visiting Jabez at the hospital, and in viewing this footage, it is clear to me that what Jabez needs is mental health treatment, not criminal prosecution from a district attorney. And we are talking about a family that is enduring the kind of pain that no family should, and an individual that has lived with schizophrenia for many years. And we have known of the need of a Department of Community Safety prior to this moment. This only highlights the urgency of that need and to be able to deliver it for New Yorkers.
He always saying what he's going to do and don't do it. He's a person that's like that. I told y'all, what I tell you? I told y'all like a couple days ago, about the whole thing with the snow. He doesn't like, this is the first time I've heard him say anything about mental health, anything about they want a program for this because of this and that. He only does this to make himself look good. I'm telling y'all, he only does this, and he's not looking good at all. I'm telling y'all right now, he's not looking good. The things that he's saying, things that he's doing, is not right. It's truly not right. That's why massive amounts of New York Police Department uniforms are literally on the side of the roads. This is why. People don't want to be. I mean, you got a mayor that truly doesn't care about the police officers. Why stay? Literally. I mean, why stay? Says here, hey, New York, start spreading the news. I'm leaving today. I don't want to be part of it. I'm telling you. It's pretty, and one thing about it is that it's one of those things. It's definitely sad that so many cops, either 3,400 cops quit or retired in 2025. And just seeing that, and especially now, with Zohran Mamdani doing that, the stunt that he pulled, and taking up for that man and not acknowledging that police officer, I'm telling y'all, I wouldn't trust and believe. I wouldn't want to work up under Zohran Mamdani. I'm telling y'all. Another thing too that I have to mention, just like I mentioned in the last video, because in fact this is true. New York City just had the safest January on record. The latest NYPD statistics show homicides are down 60% and shootings are down 20% compared to the same time in 2025. Let me explain something to y'all. One thing about it, however anybody put it, a big thank you to ICE, a big thank you to the FBI, the Trump administration, and President Trump, because that is why that's down. One thing that I absolutely hate is that they sit here and try to make it seem like these individuals have done this. They trying to make it like Zohran Mamdani is spot on. No, not at all. You got to get that to President Trump. And I'll definitely do that. Make sure you hit the like button, hit that subscribe, and definitely appreciate y'all. Much love, everybody. Catch y'all next one.